Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at Charlga as a hero and how to play them in PvP mainly. This was a hero that honestly I did not rate very highly at all when I first started playing the game. It just felt like too much hassle to get to work well. But after my previous video on the top builds per hero that you can check out if you just go on my channel and look, I looked at Charlga and thought, you know what, I'll give this a whirl because Charlga has a very, very unique mechanic. So let's take a look at what the build is, or what the build is more or less, and how to play it. And we'll be playing some games a little bit later on. So the first thing you do need to know with Charlga is their ability, right? Which is your minis in hand share the same cost dot what. And what that means is, the best way I've heard it explained is you generate your minis like you do in any other hero, but instead of it just pulling a mini like into your selection from on the left that you can see in the game, it also does the same with gold cost. So basically, the way this build would work is every time you play a mini, your next mini appears and a random gold cost also appears. And the random cost is based off your deck. So as an example, we'll go into the actual minis we use in a second, but here there is Charlga at 2, because I don't have the talent, which makes a 1, which is really good. And then Polymorph for 3, Quillball for 2, I always forget the name of that one, and then 5 for Huntress, 3 for Safe, 3 for Wolf, and 2 for the Murlocs. So that means every time we play a mini, the game is going to pick one of these costs. And it is weighted as far as I understand it as well. So, for example, we have 1 5 cost, which means it's less likely to pick it, I think, is how it works, but I am not 100% sure. All I will say is you generally get 5 a lot less than you get any of the others, because I do think it cycles through the deck, but in a random order. And by cycles through the deck, I mean cycles through the costs. So if you imagine the costs are a separate deck. The one problem you can run into with this effect is the 5 cost in this build, and you really need to be ready for that. Sometimes you pay 5 for a Kobold Miner, and that's just the way it is. And then sometimes it'll really kick you, and you'll pay 5, and then it will rotate to 5 again. I believe I've had that happen even on today's stream. And I think that what that is the 5 cost being at the end of the cost deck and then sort of reshuffling back in and putting itself in a weird spot. So that can happen. But the upside is what we want to focus on, which is you can play Huntress for 2 or 3 cost in this list. You can play a lot of things for very, very cheap, but mainly the Huntress to sort of control the board and really go. So we've talked about Charlga as an ability, or the leader ability, but also as a mini. She's pretty strong against certain matchups, as you can see in this sort of a promo video here. Stonehoof just gets stopped. Rend dismounted just gets stopped. Any melee unit, Charlga just puts the beam out, it stops moving. So Charlga plus Huntress is actually a really strong combo for taking down some of the tankier units. So Charlga, not amazing, but definitely not bad, and a lot better, even as a mini, than I gave them credit for. And as I mentioned, this is before I even have the talent of, the one I would go for is the one that makes her cost 1, because then you have a 1 cost in the deck somewhere as well. So Charlga looking good. Polymorph, a surprise, honestly, for me, but it's another 3 cost. And Polymorph, again, I don't have a talent for some reason, don't ask me why. But even at base Polymorph, using this to take down awkward targets, whether it's Stonehoof without a Charlga, whether it's groups of targets so your Huntress can, get by no problem. And the way I've used this the most is with the Huntress, where you want to play a Huntress out and then they will try and counter it, whether it's with the Wolf, or whether it's with Stonehoof, or just something, right? And it's really good to just go Huntress for, say, 2, Poly for 3. You've paid the total amount of what Huntress normally costs, but you've polyed away the target, and then you can apply the pressure. So really, really nice. Polymorph really quickly rising up to a spell I really respect in this game. Quillball with Bristleback. Yeah, you've seen it 1 billion times if you've been playing PvP. Not too much of a surprise there. Huntress, I do have both talents. I still personally love Shadow Meld, but if you like this other one, Elven Might, which a lot of people do, by all means play it. I feel like this is definitely a preference option in most builds. Safe Pilot, of course, Gnomish Cloaking. I don't have the, is it Crash and Burn or something it's called? The one where she falls fast and burns. I don't have that yet, but I do want to get it to test. On the Prowler, who I always call Wolf, by the way, I have on the Prowl, but again, a lot of players are playing with this. Deal double damage to enemies who are at more than 75% for a first, like, really big hit for that first attack. And then we have the Murlocs, which, again, as you can see, I'm starting to click some talents, where you have Morlocks for 1 extra Murloc, which I actually do like, and then Safety Bubble. One of the reasons I like Morlocks here is because of Polymorph. A lot of the times, there'll be a big, scary target or a group of targets. I'll send the Murlocs running, I polymorph them before the Murlocs get there, and suddenly there's 3 Murlocs attacking. So it's very, very strong overall. So regardless, that is the list, and it's pretty good. Do I think it's the best list in the world? Is it going to be the highest tier hero in PvP? Probably not, or at least not until we get nerfs or something like that. Maybe we see a Baron get nerfed soon, which is a whole nother video that I'll be making soon. But is it the best? No. Is Charlga a solid beast hero that I've done pretty well with? Yeah. Honestly, as you can see here, as we check it out, I'm currently nearly 2,500. I'm actually trying to work on getting all of my heroes to 3,000 MMR or honor or whatever, points, ranking, whatever you want to call it. I'm just trying to work on getting them all up there. Just so we can have everything at, I hold around 9k, and then we can start diving into the dicier parts of PvP where level really, really matters. But yeah, that is the intro. We are going to be playing a few games to check it out and just to sort of show you in action how it works, because it is a deck or a build that plays like no other because of the variable cost, and you have to be conscious of that. So let's dive in. Okay, so here we got our first game. Oh, it's against Rend. This is a hard one, so we might not do so well here. And we started off with a 5, which is really rough, honestly. So we have a 5. We can get the Murlocs up here. We can get the Prowler up here. And now, look, we have a 1 cost here. So this could work. We have a 1 cost Huntress. And then we can polymorph this straight away. And we can just bully this Stonehoof as quickly as possible. And already you can see, we've actually got a lot of just stuff. We're going to have to drop the Safe Pilot here, as those Murlocs are definitely going to blow up. We can get some work done here. We're not going to kill these dragons, though. And what you want to do is just work out when you can afford to spend on certain things. We'll go Prowler mid. Oh, this is a little bit scary, actually, already. As we are going to start falling behind just a little bit. It's not too bad. Get this up here. I might even have to polymorph, because this is going to charge, right? Let's just polymorph this so it doesn't charge, and we can get it killed. Now we have to 5 cost again, so it does get just a little bit spicy overall. Quillball is definitely going to go down, but Huntress will be able to help. Oh, they have Miner. That's very annoying, actually. As I said, this is a pretty hard build, in all honesty. Hard matchup, should I say, to be able to win. But we just take our time. We do have Prowler here. You can do some really big bursts if you time things right. Oh, they had Worgen. Yeah, this is, it feels almost like a hard counter, if I'm being completely honest. But look, here we go. So we're going to Charlga, and we're going to stop the charge, and we're going to get this out now. And even, look, we've even trapped the Worgen, which is mildly hilarious. And then we can polymorph the Worgen to keep this alive. Just a little bit here. Can we even drop this on just to kill? Can we start? There we go. Perfect, okay. But now, unfortunately, we're on that problem of having to deal with 5s again. But we'll try and make it work here. Okay, this is problematic. This is going to go down now. We can get the wolf mid, though. And this can help kill this off. Oh, that was rough. That was really rough timing, actually. It's going to die off, no problem. This should die as well. So we've not took tons of damage. They've got Rend again. Might actually have to spawn this. It's going to cost us 2, but it's fine. Can we dismount and then... There we go. And then we polymorph and then go. That's something to think about here. We are going to get this mine first unless something crazy happens. Okay. And this is still alive, which is kind of huge, actually. Oh, we're just going to miss on the Worgen, aren't we? Okay. That's fine. We are going to kill the Worgen, I think. No? Okay. Annoying. Can run the wolf up mid. And we do have, if we just Quillbore, this is what you want to use against stuff like Worgen. Just play a Quillbore, it'll hit it, and then it's dead, forgetting about, right? We need to get these Murlocs up and running, but it's hard to turn down a 2-cost Huntress. But we're getting there. We're sort of getting there, at least. Can we get another Kobold Miner up here? Again, it costs 3, and now this is really annoying because we're on 5 again. This can happen sometimes if you can't quite get ahead. But you just gotta do your best. This Living Bomb is actually really good for them. I'm gonna play this out here. This is where things can get pretty crazy now, because we did just have a 1-cost. Get Charlga down now to stop the Stone Hoof. Oh, it does get to attack. That's very annoying. It's okay. Keep pounding on the pressure a little bit here. Kill these off if we can. Is this gonna be in time, or have I mistimed this? We lost 1, okay. Fine. Get a Prowler out. We do have Poly here to just poly this away. Gonna go again. We have a lot of stealth now. We just need to push a little bit of damage, honestly. Now we just need to be giga aggro. Even though it may not be working out too well for us right now. Oh, okay, we missed that. That's fine. So we can do the Murlocs. Are we gonna... We might be in trouble here. I'm not sure, actually. Have we won this? I don't think so. No, we just lost on that one. That was a little bit rough. But again, I think Rend, for me, is actually one of the hardest matchups. So we'll do some more and see how it goes. Okay, here we go. Please no Rend. It's Rend again. Okay. Let's see if we can make this work this time as they load in. We can don't know if you know you can do that, but you can. Oh, so we started off with a 5-cost, which is a little bit rough. Let's just start pestering these on the right. Probably need Poly ready for when we dismount. And we Poly. There we go. Make that a little bit easier to deal with. Oh, that's interesting that they went for that over there. Do we actually kill the Rend here? I'm not sure, but we can steal these now. We have the Murlocs to defend, or even just the Huntress, right? Once that starts attacking, you can just drop the Huntress and go. And the bounce is going to go crazy. We can Charlga over... Oh, that was a bit close. Okay, we stopped it just. And then we can fight over this, I suppose. Again, 5-cost. This is where you've got to sit and just take it, basically. But we had a really good start. We can Quillbore here to get the money. There we go. And then we can answer here as well. Kill this off. This miner is so strong, but it's fine. And we take this opportunity, I think, to just play the Kobold. Because this, we should be able to do okay here, I think. Let me see. No, okay. I suppose you have to give up the Kobold if they're just going to do this. Oh, I did polymorph that for no reason. That was my bad. I wonder if this will come back now, though. It doesn't. Okay. We do need to wolf up there to stop the mine going, though. Look at the damage we've done, though. Right? Just because we get to just push more. Let's go to the Quillbore here. I think, honestly, with this, we should be really good. Because now we can just drop down here. And as long as we can defend, which we can, we'll make this shoot. We can make this shoot the Kobold. It's a bit of a risky maneuver. I think it's fine overall. Especially we can do this. Like, look at the damage we're actually pushing through doing this now, especially on this tower. You just need to sort of deal with the fact that sometimes you're going to just be stuck for gold a little bit here. It's not too bad, though. I think if we can get this Murloc summoned, we should be able to defend a little bit here. See, like, the 3 Murlocs actually do work with just whole extra attacks, basically. Okay, they're going to push, so we're going to push more, basically. Because, again, we've just played a 2-cost Huntress, which is a huge deal. And they have to try and defend versus this. We'll get a wolf up here. We have a Quillbore up there. And this is what I mean. You can just really leverage that certain things are cheaper than they should be allowed. As long as you can keep you cool and just deal with the fact that sometimes you do just have to pay 5 for something, then you should be A-okay. And all we need to do now is just cycle. Like again, these 3 Murlocs are really good against the Quillbore, honestly. Because look, we get to pay 3 for this, and if this blasts, we're fine. You just have to really be cool under the pressure. And I think this is going to be a win here, right? Yeah, there we go. So even if you feel you're going to get overwhelmed, because yes, at times you have to pay 5 for something that should really not cost 5, you need to just really cash in on the fact that when you don't and you're paying 3s and 2s for things, you can really just throw stuff out and really pile on the pressure. And that will only increase if and when you get the Charlga talent to reduce their cost down to 1, because that is huge, because suddenly you can get a 1-cost Huntress or a 1-cost Safe Pilot. And as you guys will know that have played the game a little bit, having just 1 extra gold that you wouldn't have had otherwise adds up over the course of a game quite dramatically. Let's go into another one. Okay, who are we facing this time? Oh, Grom, okay. I haven't really faced against too much Grom, but you always want Wolf first in the middle, for sure. We can get Murlocs on the top, 2-cost hunt. Like, look at the amount we've just thrown out here. It's huge. And now we can do something really fun, which is just Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Whoops, polymorph them. Which definitely helps here. Get Charlga on the top. And look at the polymorph. We've just thrown out a ton of stuff. Polymorph their push, and look at the value we have on the board. Now, weirdly enough, we can afford to spend 5 on a kobold, even though it looks like it should be illegal. Maybe we should have saved for another poly, but Charlga will just beat Grom. That's just not even a question. We want to load up the dog again mid, because those chests are going to come back online. And look at this. This is where you can control this really well. We can get a Huntress to help support Charlga. We have a polymorph now. So this should be huge. We can put Murlocs here. We're going to spend 5 on this polymorph, but it's worth. Just say no. Not today, grunts. Not today. They have Hammer Thrower. Okay. I do make up names for the minis, so I do apologize. But it happens. I'm going to put Charlga again in the backline. This Kobold is just mining away. We get another 2-cost Huntress, 1-cost Wolf. And there you go. With the burst, the window that you can get of spending tons of gold on just a lot of minis, plus then polymorph to just answer the answer the answers, if that makes sense, to really protect the Huntress, protect some of your key tools, you can just steamroll people. Again, that player maybe not playing the best build, and Grom, not the strongest hero overall, but Charlga gets to just say no. So yeah, you got a couple of nice fights there. You got one Rend we just lost, and I think Rend is a very difficult matchup for us. We beat a Rend, I think, and then we beat the Grom in pretty nice fashion. But I hope that gave you a good idea of how Charlga can play. You don't have to play like this, but I think it's very effective. And some of the things you can do, it's definitely a unique experience in the game right now, because you're sort of juggling and doing crisis management on the costs of the deck. But with a couple more talents, with one for polymorph and the Charlga reduction talent, I think this deck could do really, really well. So yeah, just a quick one today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.